in a psychoanalytic model, I was trained in the classical Freudian analysis 30, 40 years ago, but we spent 5 days a week with people, and we were so intimately attached in the transference, the relationship, the way they, were open with us, the way they projected onto us, the way we worked with, being a separate person, being a part of their world, a father figure, a mother figure, a figure of love or discipline, and really helped people connect with their humanity, with their soul, with their passions, in a contained environment. And now it's all, what's your symptom, what's your diagnosis, what's your treatment plan, how much does it cost, what medication are you going to give for this? Psychiatry is all medication. They're not even trained in psychotherapy, many of them. And somebody comes and they're struggling or suffering, and you're going to charge them a lot of money and give them Prozac or some, permutation of that. I don't like it. I don't. I think we're missing a huge element of that human connection.
Well, and it reminds me of what we're doing sometimes on the public health side, where the anti-stigma campaigns that particular young people are often hearing are, well, this is a brain disease, and it is, right? We can look at it that way. I'm not reflexively rejecting that, but this isn't just like the flu. This isn't just diabetes. This is much more complex. This is where the mind, body, and soul intersect. Mental health is at the forefront, and it's a mystery, right? But personal agency has a lot to do in a lot of instances with one's feelings, thoughts, and emotions, and what they're experiencing and how they can heal from their experience. Right. There is a degree, maybe not in certain severe cases of severe and persistent mental illness, right? Something like schizophrenia is, that's very biologically based, even if it's triggered by trauma. Not so much something like that, but the moderate depression or anxiety that somebody is experiencing, it's a little different from the flu. We're not computers. Yes, we could measure everything by brain chemistry ultimately, but at a certain point, we're all better off when we start to look at what role may we have played in our feelings, and what role can we play in healing and growing, and also the fact that depression and anxiety sometimes can be productive in getting to a better place. Yeah. And they are a part of life, and this is a part of the human condition. I think we are, when we radically secularize the space, because for all the things the National Association of Social Workers or other industry organizations are willing to talk about, there's a lot of things they don't talk about, like love, spirituality. Like, these things are so critical and essential to wellness. I mean,
I would add emotional literacy.
Yeah.
Because, there's a way of reading other people.
Yes.
That is much more complex than the way we typically read. You make a sentence of any kind, and I'm going to say, oh, put it in some category. Oh, you're one of those. Or you mean this. We talk at people, we talk about them, we talk against them, but we don't talk with them.
Right.
We don't say, tell me more. And I think we should all learn to do that. So it doesn't become, generosity being handing out money or not, but generosity of spirit.
Yes. And that's what heals, right? And I think we have to be more in open relationship with people, and that's part of the character that we want to build in people. And what I think is encouraging is we have so much wisdom in human history that helps us understand how to promote and achieve well-being, especially in difficult circumstances. I mean, life has been difficult, more difficult than now for most of human history, the things that people have gone through. And there's immense wisdom that we can draw from. Mm-hmm. That wisdom, if we embrace it, gives us a great degree of character that we can then use and take to relationships. We can, and the idea of grace and truth. These things would provide us the emotional intelligence that we need, which not only as a protective protective factor for mental health and the like, but it's also the things that you know we want industry professionals of all kinds. I mean, we want our law enforcement officers to have emotional intelligence. I think that's something we all want.
Yeah.
So it's something where we have to get back to these principles that are timeless. And conservatism, to me, is about conserving wisdom, right? So we don't have to reinvent the wheel. We don't need more blog posts that are trying to say brand new things all of the time. We have, obviously it's a free market of speech, and we're going to have people should be free to say what they want. At the same time, we can go back and look at the wisdom we already have in many instances. What we should avoid is what C.S. Lewis called chronological snobbery, where basically we accept what we have now as the gospel because we're doing it now, and we automatically reject what preceded us because it's of a prior generation that we've decided wasn't as enlightened. Grace allows us to realize that past generations made mistakes because we're all human, but it also means that the present generation is making mistakes because that's the human condition. And the sooner we address that, the sooner we move forward.
Mm-hmm.